Hey guys, I'm Simeon Panda and welcome to my channel. So I decided to do this video after a guy at the gym saw me taking max strength before training, as I always do, and he asked me what it does. He was in great shape, so after telling him the prime ingredient was creatine, I figured he would already be aware of how great that stuff is, so all I have to do is explain to him how max strength HCl's creatine is superior to others, and how the other ingredients make it work so well. But to my amazement, he said, "How does creatine work?" I can't lie, I was shocked that he didn't know, but I was excited to tap into my knowledge on it to test how much I had retained from all the research I did and learned so many years ago. After, it got me thinking, how many of you guys don't know about creatine, how it works, why so many athletes and sports people, etc. swear by it. So first, I'm gonna tell you what creatine is, where it can be found, and how it works in the body. What is creatine? Creatine chemically is very similar to amino acids. Amino acids are the molecules that combine to form proteins, and proteins and amino acids are the building blocks of life. Now your body can produce creatine from amino acids arginine, another staple in my supplement routine, and glycine. But the majority of the body's creatine stores comes from foods like red meat and seafood. The rest is made in your kidneys and liver from amino acids. So where can creatine be found in the body? So in your body, about 95% of your creatine is stored in your muscles. The rest can be found in your testicles or your brain. In order for you to know how creatine works, you first need to know how adenosine triphosphate works. But don't worry, nobody calls it that, it's simply ATP, which you may or may not have heard of, but you should, because ATP is what's powering your eyeballs to follow this video, and your finger that's about to click that red button right there if you haven't already.
Push the goddamn button! Push the goddamn button! You heard what she said.
Okay, carrying on. So basically, ATP is to humans what gas is to cars and what electricity is to a Tesla. Other brands are available. Personally, I like the Porsche Taycan. I digress, but essentially ATP is your energy source. It's an energy carrier molecule found in all living things. It captures chemical energy from the breakdown of food molecules and releases it to fuel your cells. So now we know ATP is what's needed for any and everything. What effect does supplementing creatine have on it? And how does that in turn benefit your performance on the track, in the dojo, or of course my favorite place, the gym? Now, if you watch my YouTube videos often, you'll know I love using an analogy to explain anything in a way that I feel is easier to comprehend. So check this. The way an engine's piston works. I know you're thinking, really, this is even more complicated, but hear me out. So in the most basic explanation ever, a piston sucks both air and fuel into a chamber. There's a spark, and it creates a boom. The boom creates the power, pushing the piston down, which releases waste gas, which comes out of your exhaust, and the whole cycle repeats. That wasn't too complicated, was it? Okay, now a way to increase the power is to push air that is more dense into the chamber. We can do that by using a very common device that takes the waste gas and uses it to spin a turbine, pushes the dense air back into the piston chamber, which now has more oxygen, meaning it can burn more gas more quickly, meaning more power. Congratulations, not only have you just learned how a piston works, but that very common device that I described, albeit in the most simplified fashion ever, is a turbocharger. And that is exactly what creatine is. So now we're gonna run through everything again, but this time we are going to imagine that your arm is a piston and you're about to perform a bicep curl. ATP is the fuel. Creatine phosphate is the air. Boom, we have power. That useless waste product is ADP, adenosine diphosphate. But we've taken our turbocharger, max strength HCl, which then takes the ADP, reforms it into ATP, and gives you more energy. There you go. So we've established that supplementing creatine can give you more power, but that's just one of the reasons it is not only one of the most studied and widely used nutrition supplements on the planet, there are many others. Not only are we stronger, lifting more weight and thus breaking more fibers down, creatine improves cell signaling, which aids muscle repair and new growth, along with reducing protein breakdown, which can help increase your total muscle mass. Studies have shown that creatine can lower myostatin levels, and high levels of myostatin, which is a protein that is secreted in muscle tissue, can slow or inhibit new muscle growth. Supplementing with max strength HCl can reduce the levels and thus increase your growth potential. So for me, in the 21 years I've been training, around 15 of them I've used creatine. I trained at home for the first 5 to 6 years, and it wasn't until I started going to the gym that I learned about creatine. I remember being told about it, going home and doing a bunch of research on it. I saw all the positive studies, saw that it naturally occurred in the body and that it was reasonably priced, and I figured I'll try it. Needless to say, the improvements in my lifts were dramatic, and I've continued to use creatine year on year, and innovative sports nutrition companies like InnoSups have managed to make creatine even more powerful, and that's why I trust and use Max Strength HCl. Firstly, it has creatine HCl, a more soluble form of creatine that your body absorbs better as opposed to regular creatine monohydrate. And this isn't just some unfounded claim. Studies have shown that creatine HCl is 38 more times soluble than creatine monohydrate. But what does that actually mean? Well, faster absorption means little to no water retention, which is a potential side effect some experience with creatine monohydrate. Secondly, Max Strength HCl has ingredients like betaine, glycerol monsterate, and agmatine sulfate to give you an incredible pump, and arugula to supercharge your circulation. Ultimately, it's everything that you need to supercharge your muscle growth and recover faster. Listen, when it comes to creatine, it's been researched time and time again, and it shows nothing but clear, strong results that it works. As with anything, do your own research, but for me, it doesn't get better than Max Strength HCl, and I want you guys to check this out, man. So I want you guys to hit the link in my bio, go check out Max Strength HCl, improve your lifts, get stronger, improve your recovery. Guys, I appreciate you as always. I'm gonna be doing more videos like this. Subscribe, peace out.